Hi golfers, Nick here from Nick Taylor Golf. It's Wednesday, so welcome to another episode of Golf Talk. This week on Golf Talk, we're talking swing models or swing theories or systems, whatever you want to call it, on how to play golf. So I was inspired to make this video. I watched Steve Buzzer. He works for David Ledbetter Academy in Thailand, and David Ledbetter is more recently famous for bringing out a book called The A-Swing. And the A-Swing is a slightly different style of coaching, if you like, or method or system, whatever you want to call it. It's a slightly different theory to how his traditional methods of coaching. So it's how it's evolved over time. And in his Ledbetter Academy, Steve's often asked, do you just coach the A-Swing? And I think you put quite a good video together explaining that as a golf coach, there's always things to learn, involve as you're coaching, and you've got to try and use all your experience, things that you've learned over a period of time, to try and help the individual golfer. So whether that's certain pieces of the A-Swing or not, it's what's going to help that individual golfer. So it's got me thinking a little bit, because it's kind of similar to stack and tilt in a way. A lot of golfers are slightly put off by the so-called, you have to swing it this way, you have to set up with everything on the left and hit down on everything, etc., whatever you want to call it. We don't teach everyone to play golf the same way. So for example, I coach a wide variety of golfers, ranging from beginners to professionals, and every lesson is different, but there is a system in place. How does this apply to stack and tilt? Well, the stack and tilt swing model, you can describe it as a system that's built around a three-dimensional description of the golf swing. So I'll put the quote on the screen here. But basically, there's a system in place to help the golfer improve. So if they're struggling with contact, if they're hitting everything fat, then there's a system there to try and diagnose the person. If they're hitting the golf ball fat, you don't just try and guess what's going on. You don't say, oh, try and keep your right knee flexed more in the backswing, or try and release the hands as you go through. You don't just guess. There's a system, you know. You video someone's golf swing, and if they're hitting it fat, you work it out. Is it the handle location? Is it the head position? Is it where the weight is? Whatever it is, there's a system there to try and work it out, and there's a system to approach how to fix that as well. So you can work out the problem, but then you need to work out how you're going to change that. So with stack and tilt, there's a system there, and I think it gets a lot of criticism because a lot of golfers feel that all the stack and tilt players swing it the same way, and they don't. Everyone's different. I know the principle of stack and tilt, leaving your weight forward, keeping a centred golf swing, it does help you promote ball first, then ground, and I can't see why you'd want to sway away from that, because if you look at the best golfers, they always hit ball first, then ground, and you do get the odd golfer that sways a tiny bit, maybe not as much as you think, but they obviously manage to get back to hit the golf ball. But these golfers, or these tour professionals, they're hitting a lot of shots. They're not just playing once a week. And for the average golfer, I think, to improve, the less moving parts or the less complications, the easier it is for the golfer. So talking about ball and turf contact, let's talk a little bit about direction, because the stack and tilt sort of swing model is a push draw, and I teach a lot of golfers that if they come to me with a slice, they'll come to me and they'll be trying to roll the hands over to stop it slicing, or someone's told them to do that, and quite often it's almost the opposite. Rolling the hands over, trying to close the club face, shifts the path too much to the left, closes the face, so you're going to hit low shots that start left, and they're probably going to slice. So to try and change someone from a slice, there's a system there to change it. And just talking about systems here, I'm hitting these golf balls as I'm talking to you, and I'd mentioned a minute ago about contact, and the first fundamental of stack and tilt is, where does the club hit the ground? And you can see here I've got that orange stick there. I'm putting every ball in line here as I'm hitting these, and every time you can see I've hit ball first, then ground. So I pull the stick along, you can see there I've not hit the ground before that orange stick. So that's because I've applied the principles of stack and tilt into my swing, and I think if you can maybe use parts of the system, or just be aware of, we're not trying to teach everyone to swing it the same way. Yeah, there's a system there. There's a reason why you do something, and that leads on to the next thing. But golfers, I'd like to hear your comments on this. Obviously, I'm slightly biased towards stack and tilt. That's what I believe in. And if anyone wants to try and prove me wrong, that's fine. But I think golf's a hard enough game as it is, and I think if you have a system in place that can help you quicker, then I'm all for it. So golfers, leave your comments in the box below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. You can also follow me on my other social media platforms, such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.